Let's take a look at this CRT we got out of the e-waste the other day with the yoke and the wires cut. 21FP4. So I'm going to set up the B&K and see if we have a dud or a something workable. It does have some scratches I noticed on the front, but I'll show you. But I think they can be buffed out with some rubbing compound, and they're not terrible. But it does have some scratches there from being placed on a harsh surface. But let's give it a test because the cathode looks pretty good. This socket here is loose, so I'm going to carefully pry the tube, the receptacle off here. That's one tight-fitting socket. I like these spudgers. They're angled. They have a wedge type, so I could go in a little on each side and work it up. These are some tight-fitting pins here. But, okay, I'll get the rest of this off. Okay, that is lit, so let's cook at about 4 volts. I'll bring it up to the full 6 in a couple minutes. Okay, filaments at 6.3 for about a minute or so. What else was I going to say about the ion trap? Is way back here on the neck. So I'm guessing this does not use the ion trap. That's why it's way back here. It's here, but they're not using it. I believe the rebuilds don't, if it's aluminized, you don't need the ion trap. Okay, 6.3. I went up a little bit and then back to 8 and back just momentarily, but no shorts. And yeah, look at that emission, man. They threw this tube out. Let's set cutoff here. Cutoffs like brand new. Back to emission. So other than a few facial scratches, what a good tube, the 21FP4. That must be a B. I don't know what it says after that. Anyway, that'll do it. I suppose while we're at it, here's a second of 3 21FJP 22s, purchased second hand, tested good. Never tested this. Is number 2 of 3. The third one I trust without even testing, but we'll test that maybe in a later video. So this has been on 6.3 for a couple minutes. Warmed it up slowly, and it should be up to temperature. So let's see how this one does. Okay, according to the instructions, G2 is for setting the cutoff, and G1 is 40 on this tube. So let's set cutoff. I have to put it way up here to get a little bit of cutoff on the red. So let's go to emission now. Okay, so this is good. Let's go to green and set cutoff. It's about the same. Okay, emission on the green. There we go. Okay. And let's go to blue. We're going to bring it down for the blue cutoff, so blue will be good. Back to emission. It's in the good. On this tester, in the good is better than most. It reads lower. But then again, you saw the black and white tube there. And red. Red. Green. Blue. Okay, I've bored you enough with these details. I'm good with that. Okay, so in closing, instinctively, you know how they say listen to the voices in your head or whatever? Something's telling me, although the tube tested good, I don't know its whereabouts or where it came from, and it was being swung around by its neck, uh, being handled like an ape, swinging it around, and already has some scratches, and there's an enormous amount of pressure on the face of that tube. And it's scratched, so something's telling me to just step away from this for now. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, well, more to come later. I've never had one let go, but that would be an awful thing. I haven't seen it, I've only heard of it. Okay, thanks for watching. Safety first. Okay, back on the TV side of things. This is an Emerson from about 1959. We picked up in our TV quest here. This was a recent find. Not much money, and the tube unfortunately is very weak. I'll turn it around and show you the front of it. It has dual speakers. I have the screw-on legs. I'll get you around the front. Okay, here's a picture of the front. There appears to have been one knob missing. This is not a Dumont Emerson. It's still just Emerson. Nothing special, Masonite, mahogany cabinet, but it looked good in the picture. Again, I don't know what knob there is missing, and it's a UHF version. I'll have you take a look inside. We'll file this under It's a Small World. There's another YouTuber out there. Some of you may already know who I'm referencing, but it's working on a similar set. When I was out working, I discovered this. I don't know what brand it is. Obviously it's a GE or a Hot Point. Contrast is on the top, vertical brightness on-off volume is missing. It is a UHF model. Has the handle going this way. 14QP4. I do not have the back for it. And again, as you see, it's a UHF model. But brand name, I assumed GE. It's got a GE CRT. Anyway, we'll file this one under Small World. The GE or Hut Point 14-inch portable. A little roughed up, but another example. Okay, we're inside the back of the Emerson, and that says a 17 BZP4, which would have been a 2.6 volt filament, but this has the 21 DAP4. It's a 21-inch set. This tube tests absolutely dead. I mean, it has no emission whatsoever. Look at how black that is too. This just must have a million hours on it. It has no emission. I did not try to rejuvenate. I was hoping for a better tube for another set. Here's your IF tuning section over there. And they've made several models of these with this half chassis thing. They'll put this up top or over here sometimes, and put the tuner over here. There's some crazy combinations of this. This is a 435P. I think it's 120-435P. This is the model 1469, which I don't see. It goes 1470, 1468. It's got a metal bottom and a very dead CRT, but hold on. We just happen to have this CRT that was used in a RCA that was a prop that was offered for free. It's I don't know if it's a date code or what there, 6543. It's a rebuilt tube, but you can see the cathode there is quite dark, and it tests low but not bad, and it's a replacement. It's a 21 CEP4 or 21 CEP4A or 21 DFP4. So this is a direct replacement for that Emerson. It's funny how things sort of work out. This at least will produce a picture, whereas the other one is stone dead. So there you have it, a recent acquisition, the late 50s, early early 60s? 4345 it says here. 4345. 4345. I don't know what that's all about. Date code? Don't know as of yet. Okay. No tube number on this whatsoever, and it does not look like a replacement, but there's no label on it. Anyway, that'll do it for the Emerson recent acquisition. Thanks for watching. Oh, and this is one last thing. This was thrown in with that Emerson. He asked me if I wanted it. I said, I don't know. But CTC 118, I do have the model number. It's F something K460 1983. Had the power buttons a little touchy, but it does work. I did see it display raster anyway, and I have no interest in this thing. I thought I had a CTC 108 that someone was interested in. Thought this might be a good spare. This uses the A48 CRT, and the other one was still using the CTC 108 was still using the 19V call out, but this has that magnetic wrap for the purity, or not purity, but the convergence and whatever. You have to use an adjustable one if you change it. Anyway, CTC 118.